So Iowa State is getting 2.5 points at home against Iowa in the Cy-Hawk rivalry, and honestly, that line feels light when you dig into what happened in Week 1. Let's start with Iowa's quarterback situation, because it's concerning. Mark Gronowski, the transfer from South Dakota State who was supposed to fix their passing woes, completed 8 of 15 passes for 44 yards. 44 yards. And then he left with cramping issues. I mean, this is a guy coming off shoulder surgery showing serious rust in his Iowa debut. If you're betting Iowa, you're basically hoping their ground game can carry them through a rivalry game on the road. Now, here's the thing. Iowa's rushing attack was absolutely dominant against Albany. 310 yards on the ground, completely controlled the line of scrimmage. Xavier Williams, a true freshman, steps in when Kamari Moulton gets hurt and rushes for 122 yards. First Iowa freshman to hit the century mark in his debut since 2005. That's impressive, but we're talking about FCS Albany here. Meanwhile, Iowa State, Rocco Becht just set a school record with 95% completion rate, 19 of 20 passes. The guy's now thrown touchdown passes in 20 consecutive games, 20 straight. And here's what's scary for Iowa's defense. Iowa State's tight ends absolutely destroyed South Dakota. 13 of 23 completions went to tight ends. Benjamin Brahmer caught 7 passes and 2 touchdowns. Gabe Burkle had 4 catches for 85 yards and a score. Think about this matchup problem. Iowa's coming off a game where their quarterback couldn't complete basic passes, and they're facing a team that just carved up opponents through the middle of the field with big tight ends. That's not a recipe for success. But wait, there's more. Kyle Conradi just nailed a 63-yard field goal for Iowa State. That's a school record, and the second longest in Big 12 history. So even if this game stays close, Iowa State has a weapon that can flip field position battles or steal points from anywhere past midfield. The power rankings actually favor Iowa slightly, but here's where it gets interesting. Iowa State's home field advantage is rated at 2.7. That's stronger than your typical home field boost, and in a rivalry game. That atmosphere is going to be electric in Ames. Look, I get the narrative. Iowa's got that dominant ground game, their defense is always solid, and they usually find ways to ugly up these rivalry games. But Iowa State just dropped 55 on South Dakota while showing they can beat you multiple ways. Rocco Becht through the air, Dylan Lee contributing 81 rushing yards, and special teams that can change field position in an instant. The weather's going to be perfect, 65 degrees, calm winds, no precipitation, so we can't blame conditions if Iowa's passing game continues to struggle. And that's the thing, against a ranked opponent that just showed they can execute at a high level, Iowa's going to need more than just Xavier Williams running behind a good offensive line. I'm seeing about 2 points of value on Iowa based on power rankings versus this spread, but honestly, when one team's quarterback sets school records for precision and the other's quarterback completed 8 passes for 44 yards before cramping up, sometimes the line tells you everything you need to know. This feels like Iowa State's game to lose at home.